Petri dish, a Petri dish, the Petri dish,
This is
a Petri dish,
Good.
the Petri dish, the Petri dish.
the Petri dish. The Petri dish. And then the podcast starts. Pew! All right.
Yeah, there we go.
What have you been up to, Jonathan?
Nothing.
Hell yeah.
Plot. I mean, kind of low-key plotting to ways that I can kill my roommate, but that's no big deal.
What was the first thought? Like, was it cartoonish? You're like, if I just drop a really big safe off of a cliff.
No, it was more practical, I guess. It was like put him in a wheelchair and then shove him like down the driveway into traffic.
Now, just to clarify, he's your roommate in the
Group home.
in the group home.
Yeah.
Everyone there has some level of brain damage, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like if you do this crime, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because it's just like,
Right.
like if we look at it the way society would view it,
Yeah.
I feel like most people would be like, wow, that's terrible, and then go about their day afterwards, and you could just live a regular life. Like, I don't even think they'd bring you up on manslaughter.
Yeah. Oh, man, if that were true, I would jump on it. But earlier I was thinking, like, what if I just put a pillow over his face and just didn't take it off?
Just didn't help remove it. You were just like, well, he got restless in his sleep and ended up with pillow face. You know how it happens.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was thinking, like, I could hold him under the water in the bathtub.
Yeah, but then you got to deal with a naked dead guy, and that's...
Well, yeah, I would deal with it by just walking away. That's what I would do, and be like, oh shucks, act real nonchalant about it.
Now, Jonathan, I just gotta say, I don't approve of premeditated murder.
Right.
I approve of crimes of passion.
Yeah.
Or like if it was just like neglectful, like you were like, I don't know why I buttered the entire bathtub, and then he got in and just fell right onto the soap dish. Like I approve of shenanigans.
I did that one time. I didn't butter the bathtub, but I fell into the soap dish and smashed my eyeball.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, when I was a little kid. So.
At least it was when you're little and all your bones can kind of like crack back into place real good.
Right. Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
I
was still soft and bendy, which is...
Probably could have just dented in your whole face for a second, then just like hold your breath real hard, and then it just pops back out, and you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably.
I don't remember when it happened, but I think you could definitely attest to this. With age, somewhere being indestructible just fell off.
Yeah, it does.
I've never had stitches in my life, and I've never really had like any bad scars or anything, so I've never done that. So whenever I get a cut, I just like Band-Aid over it, call it good. And I recently I fucked up my shin pretty bad floating the river, had a big gash in my shin. And it still hasn't closed up. I think I now have, now I understand what stitches are for. I'm like, I just have like a ridge in my shin now. There's just like a valley.
No, that is it bleeding or is it not bleeding?
It doesn't bleed. It doesn't, like whatever that non-pus juice is that comes out of wounds. Maybe it is pus. I don't know. It doesn't like seep.
I don't know.
But it is just like... There's a Grand Canyon in the center of my shin now, and there's fucking nothing I can do about it.
That's weird. That's kind of cool, though. I had stitches quite a bit growing up. So, this is like one of the memories of my dad was that he threatened to start giving me stitches himself if I kept getting them.
That's some country ass shit. Like, you better stop fucking bleeding everywhere, or I'll give you a reason to bleed.
That was my upbringing, for sure.
I like that you received, like, it's one thing to not care about your child when they're bleeding, right? That's a negative.
Yeah.
It's a second thing to threaten your child, which is a second negative. So threatening your child with injury because they are injured would be a double negative. Did that mean you received love?
I don't know.
If you got double negatives, I feel like you should have a positive at the end, Jonathan. I think this is a you thing.
That's fair. Yeah.
Nah, fuck that dude. That sucks ass.
Fair enough. Yeah. Granted, my dad would have been qualified to do it, so it wouldn't be totally off.
He could have stitched you up real good.
Supposedly. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of better to not know.
Right.
It's definitely kind of better. Ah, fuck.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't want him digging in my eyeball or anything like that, because I don't think you get eye surgery training at vet school. But
yeah, they specifically, like, you really got to read a lot of books to specialize in eyeballs, because they're just squishy little marbles with like a coconut seed in the middle. I don't fucking know. They're vulnerable.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. My double vision gets better when I lay on the left side of my head. That's a thing I've been noticing lately. And the doctors say it's nerve 4, optic nerve 4. I don't know what that means.
Optic nerve 4. Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, there's apparently 4 nerves, at least 4 nerves.
Have you thought about wearing some sort of head smushing apparatus to keep your double vision down?
I was thinking about a bandana.
Bro, you could rock a bandana so fucking good.
Yeah.
And it would be functional fashion.
Right. Yeah.
And if anyone asks about it, you just go, Viet fucking Nam!
Oh, God. I was not old enough for that.
That's what makes it so funny. It's like, you're over, I mean, you're under 50% of the age you would need to be from Vietnam. Those dudes are all like 75.
Yeah, they are.
God, I'm not even sure if there's any World War II veterans left. I know that there was only like a handful before.
Yeah, I think the last one did die in our lifetime.
Yeah, I thought I remembered something about it. I met a World War II veteran when I lived in Hawaii, and like,
oh, wow.
I was like 8. I didn't really understand the significance, but my dad's a huge nerd. And he was just like, hey, come meet this guy, because my dad saw his like World War II veteran hat. And I just like shook that old man's hand, and he looked at me like, oh, fuck, not only do you have zero clue what World War II is, you don't know what the fuck war is. And so he was just like,
That's good.
Yeah, just took a picture. I think we took a picture with that old dude, and then I went about my life knowing knowing, like, the entire time my dad was telling me, like, that guy was in World War II. I was like, yeah, I've played Medal of Honor. I understand. And I didn't fucking understand, 0%, but I was still like, yeah, can we stop talking to this old guy I'm not related to and go get some virgin chi-chis? Let's fucking go. And by virgin chi-chis, I do not mean child titties. I mean the drink.
Okay. I was going to ask what that is because I didn't know what that is.
Good time.
But it's a drink. It's a drink.
Yep.
It's just a drink.
Just like Mai Tais or, you know, those Hurricanes, one of them big slushy ones.
Okay. Ooh. Nice.
Man,
How tall were you at that point?
I didn't really hit my stride till like 5th grade. So when I was like 8 or 9 years old, I was like regular child height, maybe up by like 2-3 inches on some kids, but like, yeah,
okay.
I was,
but pretty normal.
yeah.
And then what age did you start being abnormally tall?
That was definitely between the ages of like 10 and 11.
Okay.
It was like, what happened was, when I finally turned 10, like 9/11 happened, I was still a child. Couple months later, like my legs were like, prepare for battle. And I got man legs.
Okay.
So like my giant fucking tree trunks I have now, those sprouted first. So I was a giant-legged child.
Okay.
I was like a centaur if the bottom half was an adult man and the top half was a 10-year-old child.
Oh god.
Like me and I could borrow my dad's shoes and shit.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was just wearing shorts all the time because we lived in Hawaii, and I was like, jeans out of the question.
Oh, yeah. Well, you were in Hawaii. You didn't need jeans.
Yeah, I legitimately from the ages of 8 to 13, like from the years 2000 to 2006, I maybe wore pants a dozen times over those 6 years.
Damn.
I was always
awesome.
in shorts.
That's a good way to be.
I miss it.
Yeah.
I hate putting on pants for shit.
Yeah. It's bullshit. Pants are. I mean, most of the reason why you need to put on pants is to go to work anyways.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, well, with remote work, you don't have to put on pants.
Yeah, I started remote working as soon as COVID started, and I have not worn pants unless I've been told to wear pants to a place over the last 2 years.
Excellent.
Only problem is now I've gotten too fat for most of the pants that I wore 3 years ago.
Oh.
So now I'm just wearing gym shorts everywhere because I do not have many options. I gotta start tracking calories or something.
Okay. Well, just go to Planet Fitness and get on the rowing machine.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love a good rowing machine.
Yeah. It's a low contact, like, cardio, right? I think that's what it would. I think it would be better for your body type than even the elliptical machine.
Totally. It also helps with my back and my hamstrings because I have the fucking worst hamstrings and hip problems. So
oh, do you?
Yeah, when I get in a rowing machine, I have to use all those muscles, so it really does help.
Good. Well, I support you doing that.
Beautiful. I'll get rowing. You try not to murder.
Yeah.
Or in the very least, draw a bunch of funny drawings about it, like a diagram.
Well, I guess I could do an art project based on my murder schemes. But
do a thing like I was going to rent sharks, and then they were going to accidentally all spill into his room from the pool I had them in.
That's such a good idea.
Yep, it's just all pouring in through the window. The door closes.
Yeah.
He's stuck in a room full of sharks that are angry.
Turns out, whoops, who knew that could happen? Yeah, not me. Not me, this designer of this scenario. I don't know.
I think you could do it. I believe in you.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I'm trying to think of the funnest way I could murder Austin.
Oh. No, don't do that. Austin's great.
He's just so crafty. Like, I would really have to... Honestly, buttering the bathtub might be the way to do it.
Yeah, maybe. That might be it.
He's just fucking trapped.
Yeah. And, surrounded by butter. Wouldn't that be weird? Like, that's your last thought. And then you're like, oh shit, I'm surrounded by butter. And then you're like, beep. And then it just switches off.
I'm trying to think if I would be happy about that or not. Because I fucking love butter, but I don't want to die by its hand.
Yeah, no, you don't. You don't. You could do kettlebell tosses with butter. Like, I don't know what I'm saying, but like kettlebell motions with big packs, like boxes of butter, I guess.
Would it have a handle on it, or would I just be holding just a fucking brick of butter?
Yeah,
like
based on what I'm doing, I would say you're just holding a brick of butter.
Hey, that'll improve grip strength,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a diagram of this one too.
Okay.
The body motion of trying to swing a stick of butter. Or a brick of butter.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of like sit down, stand up squats. I don't know if that's a thing, but it's like you're sitting down and then you stand up and you hold the brick of butter over your head while you do it.
I've actually been trying not to use my hands while getting up recently, just so I could get a little better with like balance and my core strength, because
sure,
it's all just been gym shorts and weed, and I really gotta start fucking priming the engine somehow.
Oh. Yeah, get it. You could actually just buy a rowing machine. They probably have a Peloton one.
That's true.
I would imagine.
They have some really good... I actually know the specific brand and type of rower I would get. That's how...
Oh.
I've used some rowers in my time, and my favorite so far is the Concept 2 rower by the...
Okay.
They're the people that make those battle bikes with the big fan on it that you really gotta like pump on.
Oh.
They make a real good rower too.
Okay.
Not a sponsor, but if they wanted to be, goddamn, that would be a get.
Who is it? Who is the sponsor? Oh, because I'll plug the shit out of them. No matter what I'm doing.
Right now, the sponsor of this episode and for the next 9 days while it is still a legal entity, Bobby's CBD. Go to bobbyscbd.com. Don't order
Bobby's CBD.
Yeah, don't order anything. They'll send me an angry email about it being like, you need to connect these legal things. And I'm like, those are not a thing I can do. I'm getting rid of my business. I should not have started it.
Oh, what? Yeah, tell me about that, because I saw you post about it like one time, and then that was it. That's all I knew about it.
So, right after Nick died last year, in August, I was super bummed out and really just thinking a lot about what do I want to do with the rest of my life? If it can just like fucking end like that.
Yeah.
And the first thing I did was I signed up for a bunch of like casting calls and random shit just to see if anyone would let me on TV. And someone almost did.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I have enough space that I could talk about this now without it seeming too fucking lame. But I was trying to wrangle my family in on a reality TV show because they were looking for some specific things that we ticked the boxes of. Which was like be fat and do stuff.
Okay.
That was like the only parts of the casting call that were like public and you could know about was like, hey, are you and your family fat? Are you trying to do something? Do you want to be on A&E? You know, like, so I thought, yeah, I check all those boxes. So I was talking with these producers. I was back and forth. We did a bunch of interviews and screen test things. And
cool.
They were like, okay, so what are you guys doing? And I was like, well, we could do this. We could do this. They're like, yeah, but we don't want you to just start, you know, a thing for this show. Like, they wanted it to be like, oh, these people are doing this thing, and now we're watching them. They didn't want it to be like a...
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't want it to look like it was set up. And I was like, but it is.
Yeah.
So, overnight, I created a fucking shadow company for CBD. I filed all the papers. I bought product from these people that were apparently shady as fuck, because now they're gone, and I legally can't sell any of the shit they sold me.
Okay.
And so, like, I eventually ended up about $7,000 deep on a stupid business idea, and then the show was like, we're not gonna go your direction. I was like, I understand. So that fell through. So, you know, I spent a month or two trying to get this business to, like, look like it could sell you something. So, you know, I made the Instagram, I made a TikTok, made the website and Shopify, and did all the pretty things.
Yeah.
One of my friends tried to buy one, and I was like, cool, that's perfect. And I sold him one, and then I can't mail them, I found out. So I've only sold to people locally in town, because whenever I've tried to put it in the mail, I get angry letters about how I'm mailing illegal substances, and I'm like, that's why there's the entire packet of information I provided in there with the seed to sale history of this CBD to show you it's not weed, and because of a bill passed by Congress in like 2016, I should legally be allowed to mail all this shit. Anyway, they weren't having any of my bullshit.
All right.
So for the last... They didn't want to hear any excuses about CBD being a legitimate pharmaceutical thing that is not drugs.
Yeah.
So that was unfortunate.
That is dumb.
So yeah, I just struggled with that for a couple months, and then I had to tell my job because I was in a salaried position at work. So when you do any other separate business dealings or, you know, career moves, they have to know about it. And so I had to submit a conflict of interest form to be like, hey, I know we're a federally regulated company for like weapons and shit, but I'm going to start this federally illegal, apparently, business right underneath you.
Yeah.
And they weren't thrilled about it, but there really wasn't anything they could do.
Oh, nice.
But that made them watch me real close. So that made the next year of work very unfortunate, to the point where I no longer have that job.
Well, so hey.
Yeah, you know, the last year has just been a comedy of errors, which honestly wouldn't change a thing. It's been depressingly hilarious.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would say that if you're only out like $7,000, you know, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, like I've seen people tank their entire lives on businesses, so like I'm not hurting too bad.
No.
Yeah, but and I was able to get a couple of those things like returned and redone, but I've been on the hook for this fucking tax bullshit that I didn't even use. and it's like $130 a month, and I couldn't cancel it, and it's finally going to end at the end of the month, and then I can legally dissolve this stupid fucking business.
Okay.
So crazy.
Well, that's good. You'll be free of that.
So that'll be a nice chapter to close in weird things I did over the last year.
That's okay. And then you'll have a bunch of CBD too.
Yeah, I still have a fuckload of little pre-rolled CBD things of my fat baby CBD. They're still technically good. I mean, I've been smoking a few of them just to if I'm going to be smoking all day, I might as well smoke a healthy one,
Yeah, right. It's like diet marijuana, I guess.
So the science as I understand it, because of course I thought I should get educated on the subject before I start a business, is THC puts cannabinoids into your bloodstream so you feel high. All that CBD does is increase the receptors inside your body that take in what are called endocannabinoids, which is the naturally occurring THC-like substance in our bodies.
Okay.
So CBD just helps us absorb more of our own personal happy drug. So
cool.
I always just kind of expect it to feel like a cup of tea, where I'm like, there's some substance in me, I don't know what it is, but something's happening.
Yeah.
So, CBD ain't the worst. Definitely ain't the best.
It's almost weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, once I knew everything was going to be going south and that the business was a stupid idea, I started trying to find ways to make it a fun joke.
Oh.
But everything that I was trying to do was getting flagged because it was still selling a product that things thought were weed. And so I was trying to make fun videos like, hey, are you lame but want to seem cool at a party? Buy these CBD joints, you won't even be doing drugs, and people will be like, ooh, pass the shit, and you'll look cool. They didn't like that. They canceled that.
Oh, damn.
TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube all flagged it and were like, no, not even for comedy. You can't do this.
Yeah.
And then of course, that was because it was selling a product, So that's what turned it into an evil. And I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to do a good thing. I was trying to do a thing to make me money, like any good American citizen who has to live in this hellhole.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm just going to start robbing people.
Oh.
Just busting into houses of pedophiles to steal stuff because I know they can't do anything. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting.
Or just
That's a good point.
Do really low-grade crime, like just go deflate tires on cop cars that I see.
Yeah. That would probably get you in real trouble, though.
Oh, yeah. They don't even like when you, look at them or take pictures of them.
Oh.
Even though they have several cameras and or guns on you all the time. We don't live in a fascist police state. I mean, that's ridiculous.
No. That would violate our freedoms.
What's funny is I feel like I have lived in a fascist police state because I had to live on a military base during 9/11.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite.
No. I could totally understand that. Yeah. Sorry, one of the staff people came in to tell me to take a shower, and I told them that I took one this morning.
Good times.
Yeah, which is true. I really did take a shower this morning.
I believe you. I still remember you unshowered, especially after work and stuff. It was an experience.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We used to just just sit around at bars smelling you. It was great.
I don't remember that at all.
That was mostly at Jimmy B's, where we would just like, there'd only be like a dozen of us there, and maybe not even like 6 of us. And we'd be like, well, what if we just sniff Jonathan before we go on stage?
Yeah, that works. That's fun. I was texting Brooke, speaking of Jimmy B's, the other day, and which I have no idea how long ago it was. Probably a week or 2 at least. But she's doing good.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have completely failed to keep up with anyone and everyone that isn't in my direct field of vision.
Hey, I totally understand that. And I think that's how most people work, and I think it's mostly fine. So,
yeah, I feel like I
wouldn't beat yourself up about that at all.
Yeah, and at this point, I know I've made the type of friends that also do that and will understand. So at this point, it's just like, we'll see each other when we see each other.
Yeah, right. That's how I feel like people just generally are. So it's fine. I was watching, I've got a picture of Tom Segura pulled up on my computer, and it's just his like profile shot because it's a podcast, and he's kind of eyeballing the shit out of me, like, what are you gonna do, bro? Like, and I'm like, nothing. Tom Segura, I'm not gonna do shit. He's like, yeah, you should do something. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just look at Danny McBride next to you because it's a YouTube page. And Danny McBride's like, I know where you grew up. I grew up there too. And now it's just turned into a weird Bill Burr led psychodrama because Bill Burr's on top of everything, and he owns comedy and rules it, I guess, now that Louis C.K. got killed in that terrible masturbation accident, according to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, there was so much butter in that bathtub.
Yeah, there really was. But I also like how Bill Burr thinks he's a redhead, even though he's actually a bald head.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like, do gingers stay gingers even if they have no more hair?
I don't know.
And who do you think gets discriminated against more, gingers or bald dudes?
I don't know.
It's got to be gingers.
I would say it's probably got to be gingers.
Everyone's always dunking on those dudes.
Yeah, because nobody really makes fun of bald people.
Yeah, I mean, because people, I guess people do dye their hair red, but people also just shave their head for various reasons, you know? So, like,
they totally do.
You don't want to be caught making fun of the guy with no hair, and then he's like, oh, I have lots of cancer, and then you're a dick.
Yeah.
If you make fun of a ginger, they're not going to be like, oh, actually, this is depigmentation because I have lupus or something, you know?
Right. Yeah.
At least I don't think that's a thing. I have no idea how science works.
I don't really either. But have you, speaking of Danny McBride, have you ever been to Shaboom's?
I haven't. What is Shaboom's?
Shaboom's is an 18 and under club. And I don't think it's currently in business anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a place that would stay around for too long.
Yeah, but it stuck around longer than you would have expected, to be honest, in Winston-Salem. But it was legit like high school club. That was had to have been terrible to go to.
There was one like that in Alaska that like preppy kids used to go to because they would have like a 16 and up night in their regular club.
Oh,
And
okay.
people were always like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go to Club Millennium." I'm like, that sounds creepy as fuck. Like, I'm not trying to hang out with a bunch of 30-year-olds, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I'm a child.
Right.
People got lots of what is MRSA? They got MRSA from the weird soap bubble party thing they were doing so that they could have 16-year-olds in bikinis at their club.
Oh, God. That's terrible.
Good times.
Yeah. Well, you dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I did play a few shows at the downstairs club they had. It was just
Okay.
at the time it was just called the downstairs, but I think it eventually got changed to like the Fiesta Room or something, and that was where all the like local bands
Okay.
played. It was fucking great.
Nice. That's cool that you got to play there.
I kind of miss
How
playing shows like
long did you live in Alaska?
Altogether 10 years, but it was split up from 2 to 8 years old, and then the 4 years of high school. I was also up there.
Okay. Dang.
Might go back one of these days.
Yeah. Is it okay? This is a common joke that I hear that Alaska exists for witness protection purposes. Is that true?
See, the best part is there's no way to know.
Oh, okay.
But,
so it could be real.
Yes, but and also, fun fact, 90% of Alaska is just completely untouched forest land. So,
okay,
literally anyone could be fucking out there, you know? Like,
yeah.
There was I think it was a senator or something, actually him and his son, in separate incidents, their planes went down and they've just never been found.
Oh, well, is one of those Sarah Palin?
Unfortunately, no. They know exactly where her house is, and I know exactly where her house is because I used to play at a little venue right across the road.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it was fucking great. She was just like she used to just be like a governor back then, so it was fun to be like, fuck you, I'm coming all the way up here to play over in this fucking Quonset hut.
Yeah. Nice. Did you have an above-ground pool? Because to me, Sarah Palin looks like somebody who would have an above-ground pool.
She had like 20-foot high fences, so I have no idea.
So she definitely has an above-ground pool.
She built a fucking fortress in there, so I don't doubt that she has like a hot tub inside of an above-ground pool, you know?
Okay. Yeah, like one of those tropical pools.
Yeah.
That they have at the resorts that you go to once when you're a kid, and then that's it.
And then never again, because who the fuck has all that money?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So, back to Danny McBride.
Of course.
Has he appeared in a Star Wars film or a Star Wars show on Disney Plus? Because I'm getting hella bounty hunter vibes from this picture of him.
I honestly don't know. Like, that feels like one of those things where he might have.
Okay.
But I don't think he was in any of them. Let me see. I'm going to go look through his... My God, he's had some movies.
Okay. He looks like he could just live at Moss Eisley. Like, that could be totally something.
Now we need it. We just need Disney to buy him up and then just shove him into the Star Wars universe, so we could have.
Yeah.
What's his
Didn't they do that with Bill Burr?
Yeah, Bill Burr is a great part of Mandalorian. I loved his character.
Okay.
Or maybe
Cool.
Boba Fett. I forgot which one it is. But
Okay.
they could do Kenny Powers in Star Wars.
Oh God, yeah. Kenny Powers Star Wars would be hilarious.
Just that mullet poking out from under a Mandalorian helmet.
Yeah.
Be beautiful.
And then he's always really bad at doing space stuff.
He just has no idea how any of the space shit works.
yeah. And he's just like, and tries to, and then just has a baseball that he throws at everything.
He's like, I've been up in the air before. I can't breathe up there. I ain't going all the way up where there's no air in the air.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job, Kenny Powers.
Yeah, good job, Kenny Powers. Become the new Mandalore.
Yeah. I don't. What's a Mandalore?
I honestly have no idea. I've watched so much Star Wars and I still have not absorbed enough of it.
Okay. I haven't seen the Disney stuff because I don't have Disney Plus, but I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, like everything that wasn't the movies is top notch.
Okay.
The movies are a weird fight between two directors telling two completely different stories, and it's a mess.
Okay. So I need to watch those too.
It's really funny going in. Like, it wasn't funny when it was happening, because we're like, what do you mean a new director and new story writer are just coming in to completely change the next movie? You know, like...
Yeah.
It sounded like a bad idea. It was, and the scripts are like, you know, they just dropped stuff that they didn't like from the other person's script and wrote their own new stuff.
Oh, nice.
And so, like, you watch the three movies and you're like, oh, what happened to this part? What happened to this part? Nothing. They said, fuck you, you know, and didn't do it. It was a good time.
Good for them. Yeah, good
like,
for them.
Knowing it now after the fact, I'm like, I need to rewatch all three of them just to be like, to take note of what is it, Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams, I think, like what they hated about each other, so they cut it out of the movie.
Oh, which movies are you talking about?
The newest ones, 7, 8, and 9, Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi, and
oh, okay.
Those ones.
Yeah. The one where they killed off Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah. What's this fucking... Han Solo.
Yeah. Han Solo. Yeah. That's his name. And he was... Adam Driver's like, Dad? And he was like, yeah, I'm your dad. And he was like, not my dad anymore. Wow. That was my Star Wars noise.
That was a great Star Wars noise. I also love the Star Wars. Like, I can suspend a lot of disbelief for all the fantasy, sci-fi, fun stuff, but to think that Carrie Fisher and fucking oh fuck, what was her name? Leia. That's right. To think that Leia and Han Solo's baby looks like Adam Driver, that still fucks with me. I don't fuck with that. That's dumb as shit.
Oh,
they look nothing. Neither of them look anything alike.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He just has black hair for no reason.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he's so evil.
He's the actor. He's going to be the new Tom Cruise or whatever. But old Tom Cruise is not going down without a fight.
No, he's still going for it. He's still doing fucking whatever those movies are called. Mission Impossible? That one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you see the new Top Gun movie?
I didn't, but I hear nothing but good things about it.
It was very good. Yeah.
I still haven't
I
seen the original
highly
Top Gun.
That one is, honestly, it's kind of a slow burn, comparatively.
What's funny is I've watched both Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2, and I have still not watched Top Gun.
Oh, Hot Shots is a great movie.
I would love if they did a gritty Hot Shots reboot because of the new Top Gun.
Dude, that's a great idea.
Dust off Charlie Sheen, get him,
Yeah.
either rehab or whatever drugs he needs to get right for it, and we'll just fucking hammer it home.
Right. I mean, what? Motion pictures used to have a drugs budget. Why did that go away?
Because people stopped making film and cinema and just wanted to make movies.
Oh, God.
They forgot where the real inspiration comes from. Drugs, bro. It's fucking drugs and or lack thereof, man. You gotta choose one or the other. No in between.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I really gotta sober up one of these days. I just have no tolerance for being out in the world as myself. And I really gotta rehab myself to not be xenophobic anymore.
I understand that. I can relate.
Because it's tough.
I'm sober now, but that is a function of my accident. So
that'll sober you up.
Yeah.
I gotta get on that train before I wreck myself, because I've been coming too close.
Yeah. Although I will say, I was considering sobriety before my accident. I was thinking about it.
Giving it a real good once over. Just that would be a good idea, but
yeah. But I'm not going to do it today.
Too many fucking hours in the day, man.
Yeah. I mean, well, I've got to get a different job first. Work used to make me so angry.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah. So.
I gotta get a new job too, man.
Yeah. But you've got skills and a degree.
That's true.
Yeah, you're going to be fine. It's going to be good. Yeah. Just take your time. There's no rush. You're fine. I'm pretty positive these days.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. So just take it day by day, step by step, day by day. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That was a great show.
I loved all the fucking dorky ass shows that used to be on rerun on ABC Family,
Yeah. Or like TGIF, those shows.
Yeah.
Those were good shows too.
I've been watching that vampire show, What We Do in the Shadows. Very funny.
Is it good?
It's so good. And one of the things they did in one of the newer seasons is Donal Logue is there.
Who's that?
He's the gingery guy that was in Blade.
Huh.
And he was also the dad in the show Grounded for Life, which is how I knew him.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like he's apparently famous for being in Blade more. But when he showed up in the show, I was very confused. I was like, what a weird fucking pull to get the dad from Grounded for Life to just come be a fucking vampire in here. And then he's just making a bunch of fucking Blade references. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen Blade either. Oh, shit.
Oh, have you seen Blade now?
I haven't.
Have you watched?
I think I'm just going to hold out. They're making a new one. It's
very good. Are they?
Blade's going to be part of the MCU next year, yeah. So I think I'm just going to hold out to be a fan of New Blade.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
Yeah, I love that move because that means they're going to make vampires canonical in the MCU.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting.
Yeah, that'll interesting. Have you seen the new Thor movie?
Yes, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was super good.
It was just so cheesy, but it was so beautiful. Oh.
Yeah, it was. Taika Waititi is the dude.
Definitely one of my favorite makers of anything these days.
Yeah, he's killing it.
That What We Do in the Shadows show is actually based off of his movie of the same name. So he has his hand in that show, too. It's so funny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was him and Jermaine Clement made that vampire movie, and it is ridiculously hilarious because it's like a documentary, like a fake documentary thing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I think I saw it before my accident.
You probably
saw
the movie.
I can't remember. Yeah. Okay.
But
I haven't watched it. Okay. I need to check it out again. I'm watching Top Gear again.
Nice.
Yes. It looks so 2000s is what it looks like now.
Yeah.
To me.
Back then I never thought that there would be, like a cheesiness to remember. I was like, these guys are just like regular people talking about stuff. And now 20 years later, I'm like, wow, this has aged.
It has. Yeah, you're right. It's weird.
Some of it's not in HD, or it's still like 4:3 aspect ratio.
Yeah. Yeah. I just get everything from Amazon Prime and rent it for SD quality.
There you go. Get some standard def.
Yeah.
Much better to just rent something for like $3 than have to buy it for like 15.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Is the What We Do in Shadows, is that on Amazon or is
it should be?
Okay.
The main show is actually on Hulu, but I believe they sell, the seasons of it.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't have Hulu either. I have Netflix and I have Amazon Prime and I have YouTube.
Perfect. That's all you need.
Which, yeah. I mean, YouTube has a lot of shit.
They have been getting so much more stuff, too.
Yeah. I didn't realize how powerful of a platform it was early on.
It's got Google backing it now, too, so it's fucking invincible.
Oh, yeah. Screw Apple TV. YouTube is gonna take over the world.
YouTube forever.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, we're coming up on about an hour here. Let's see. We already talked about all the media we've been digging. What do you got coming up over the next week? Anything fun?
No. I think I might have a new joke.
Oh hell yeah.
That I'm willing to try out. It's called Bryan Cranston would be a meth cooker / dealer if Methoduses were true. So say what you will, and remember the Titans. So that's
Okay, you're gonna love this, guys, but that is when the audio cut out. So one of these days we'll have to get Jonathan to film the ending. Or not film. We're going to have to get him to tell the ending, because I honestly have no idea what just happened in that joke. So thank you for tuning in to this buttered bathtub of an episode. See you next week.